Well, good evening, folks, and welcome to It's All About Arts. My name is Glenn Williams, and I'm your host. And to my right and to your left, of course, is the lovely Valerie Eliason. Hello, Val. How are you?
Hello, Glenn. I'm wonderful.
It's
How
good
are
to
you?
I'm very well, thanks. It's good to see you. We are coming to you live from our beautiful studios here at BNN-TV, and you're more than welcome to join us if you'd like. We're at 617-708-3290. And Dave and the great staff of BNN are in the other room answering the phone. So listen, give us a call if you want to talk to us about what you're doing artfully or what's happening artfully in your community. It was great to see you Saturday at the 30th anniversary block party.
That was so much fun.
Yes.
I had such a great time.
Yeah, it was a great night. It was a great afternoon. We're into the night. It was
the evening.
It was great to see that many people in the community come out to kind of celebrate a great accomplishment for BNN-TV. For you that don't know, they blocked off the street next to BNN, between here and Walgreens, whatever that is next door, and we had that whole street to have things like face painting. You know who was doing the face painting, which was really exciting?
I loved it. I saw lots of kids running around with it. Who was doing it?
It was Miss Black Teen, Massachusetts.
No kidding.
Yes,
she was gorgeous.
She was a very beautiful girl.
Stunning.
And she was doing the face painting. So.
Oh, how fun.
But we had Texas Barbecue was there doing hot dogs and hamburgers, and the most terrible thing happened. I went to get a cheeseburger, and I looked at it, and it looked kind of funny, but I ate it anyways.
Was it because it was a hot dog?
No, because it was a veggie burger.
Oh, no.
My whole system is messed up now. But I ate it, and it tasted okay. I must have ate it. It was gone, but it was a veggie burger. I never had one before.
No.
And I can never say that again. So it was interesting. But besides all that, the stage was full of kids' entertainment. What was your favorite?
Oh, gosh, I had so many. I really loved Veronica Robles,
Yes.
Community Center.
Yes.
Those kids in those costumes were incredible, and I loved City Strings because the cello was one of my favorite instruments.
These three young ladies, probably 7 or 8 years old, got up on the stage and played the 3 cellos.
Beautiful.
And it was gorgeous. I liked Vine Street.
Vine Street was
Vine Street was
amazing.
about 15 or 20 kids up on stage dancing and hip hop and diving all over the place and stuff. That was really, really good.
I uploaded a video of them actually onto our Facebook page.
If you go to our Facebook page, you did a great job, by the way, putting a bunch of stuff up there. Thanks. If you, there's also the Berkeley College High School Jazz Band.
Yep.
Opened the show and ended the show, so it was kind of really exciting.
Everyone there, so many people came out, all ages, kids, parents, grandparents. It was I was overwhelmed with pride in my community.
That's
just
great.
To see that many people.
Well, you know, the whole idea behind it was to give the community opportunity not only to find out a little bit more about BNN, but to join us in this celebration of 30 years. 30 years of cable access. You know, some cable stations come and go, they start up again and what have you, but BNN, Boston Neighborhood Network, has been a constant, has been an example for a lot of other cable access stations to kind of follow the template that BNN's doing. And they've come a great long way. And Curtis Henderson has been at the helm for many of those years. And he needs all of the credit in the world. It's been great.
Oh, it was great to see both of you guys up on stage doing the raffle.
We had some fun.
It was definitely, I loved it. It was a great way to spend Saturday.
Yeah, it was great to be there because Low Budget Records, the group that Timmy and I work for, we came and did the sound.
Yep.
And made sure everything was plugged in correctly. We didn't blow anything up. Everything sounded good, so it was kind of a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So what else have you been doing? What's new?
I actually started dabbling in painting a little bit again,
good.
watercolors.
Oh, I'm glad.
It's really, it's nice to get back in after the whole move and everything, getting a little frazzled.
Well, you just did an enormous move from one part of the city to another part of the city, and you're just still new, fresh in your new place. Well, that's good. I'm glad you've unpacked the paints.
I've unpacked the paints. It was nice to sit down at the dining room table. I was painting, some of my favorite flowers are called lady slippers. It's a rare orchid that you find around New England, and my mom used to have them growing up around the house. So just playing around painting some lady slippers is really nice.
Good. Very good. Did you make it down to the farmers market this weekend? I just had to breeze through there quickly.
I drove through on my way to the block party just to check it out to see, you know, it was, I mean, it was up and running in full force, though. I was kind of sad I couldn't stop in and grab Klaus some carrots.
I got down there really, really early to set up the sound system for Patty LaRosa, who was performing.
Yep.
And I'm glad it was Patty, because there's a couple of guitars and a couple of singers and stuff, and not the brass section and keyboards and lights and drums and all that. So it kind of worked out pretty well. But I missed her performance. I was wondering if maybe you'd heard whether or not, you know, she pulled it off or not.
Oh, no, unfortunately not. I'm sure she did, though.
Yeah, I'm sure she did fine.
Absolutely.
So you started painting back again.
Yep.
These slippers?
Lady slippers.
Lady slippers, which is a plant.
Yep, it's an orchid.
Oh, okay. I like that. Well, you'll have to bring some in for us to see.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to.
We always want to share your art with people.
I'd love to show some of my art. Maybe on a Val's View segment I can show some
That would
art.
be an excellent idea.
Yeah?
That's a perfect spot for it.
All right, maybe next week I'll do some art on Val's View.
Okay. We mentioned last week that pretty soon Val's going to be doing a couple of shows on her own, and I guess it's okay to let people know now that I've been, I can't believe the honor and the privilege to be, I was nominated and elected to the WGBH Community Board. So I'm going to be, there's going to be a couple of Mondays that I'm going to have to be at some board meetings over there in Alston, Brighton, or wherever they are.
It's an incredible honor.
Yeah.
No one deserves it more than you,
Oh,
Glenn.
well, I got to tell you, it's a really nice thing to, you know, I was nominated by a couple of people, and they go through this real process to make sure people, you know, because it's a 3-year commitment, so it's something I got to sign on for 3 years. But you go and you have a nice dinner, you sit with the general manager and people, and you discuss what GBH is doing, and in Channel 44 and all the PBS stuff, and you really get kind of involved in the programming, and you get involved in the way advertising is done. So you're really an integral part of the decision-making process. I mean, it's the board that the Board of Trustees turns to kind of get what the feel is, and so it's nice to be involved in that. So.
Well, I mean, you're so involved in the community all throughout
I think that's
Boston.
I think that's part of what, you know, got me onto that. So it's going to be fun.
Well, congratulations! I'm very proud of you.
Well, thank you very much, and I'm fully prepared and happy that you're going to be able to sit in and do the shows on the Mondays. I won't be here.
I gotta tell you, I'm a little nervous.
Oh, you'll be great.
Okay.
It'll be awesome. It'll be really good. So what else? Anything else? You got a great Val's View coming up.
We have a really fun Val's View coming up. I had the day off. I did just want to give a shot.
You blew it off today.
I blew off work today. Well, they knew I wasn't coming in, but it was my boyfriend's birthday, so I want to say happy birthday, Jacob.
Hi, Jacob. Happy birthday from BNN-TV, and it's all about arts. That's great. We've got to go out to dinner some night.
All right,
get together now. You know, now that we're closer in proximity.
Yeah, the 4 of us. That sounds wonderful.
You know, one of the things I do have to talk about before we get too further, we have a great show tonight. We've got an incredible artist that's coming on. Eleanor Fisher is
I cannot wait to hear.
amazing glass, and there's all kinds of history, and she's going to be a great guest. And then a couple of guys that are amazing actors and supporters. They're in that great group over in Jamaica playing the Footlights Club.
Oh, wonderful.
And they've been acting there for quite some time, and they're coming to talk about a performance that they're doing. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Footlights Club, too. And I mean, it's great to have this kind of talent on the show tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. But before we get to all of that, I do have to take a couple of minutes to talk a little bit about our great benefactor, the people that keep us here on the air. We're very, very proud of our affiliation with the Boston Main Streets program. Now, Boston Main Streets is a volunteer-driven organization that helps revitalize the business district in about 19 different sections around the city. It started in Rosendale back in 1986 when the then city councilor, Tom Menino, wanted to had this new kind of an idea that was working in and outside of an urban edge. They were doing strip malls all up and down the highways and stuff, and they decided they wanted to try it in an urban setting, and they picked Rosendale Square because Rosendale Square had been gone through a couple of fires. There was some violence in the streets. There was a lot of issues that had gone on, and it was really a blight on the community. So we brought it to Rosendale Square, and lo and behold, after a few years and stuff, it started to flourish, and now there are people in line to get in restaurants down in Rosy Square. It's phenomenal. The way they do this is it's all volunteer driven. What they do is they have an economic development committee that helps the property owners get the right kind of demographic of who's living in the community, where they're spending their money, what kind of things do they need, so that the property owner will know what kind of business to put in the storefront down front. Okay? Then once the storefront is full, has a committee called the design committee who goes and works with the business owner to make sure that the design is right, make sure that all their permits are correct with the city. And they actually have a program where they'll pay for a large portion of the signage for the building if you take down the grates.
That's incredible.
It works. People say, oh, I'm leaving them grates up because I've invested my whole family's future and everything into this. No one's going to break into my store, blah, blah, blah. And lo and behold, what ends up happening is the more grates that come down, the more people are proud of the community, the more people are watching out what's going on, and less of that kind of vandalism or thievery or thuggery happens. And it actually went a huge way to cleaning Rosendale Square up.
I can't believe how gorgeous Rosendale Square is.
Yeah.
I mean, it was that campaign was so effective, and it's still
I
effective.
should show you pictures of the way it used to be.
I'd love to see
It was
that.
just 6 o'clock to be not a soul down there.
Yeah.
And every store would have these grates and stuff. But anyways, so that kind of success has happened, and it has spread not only across the city but across the country. So it's kind of like the template of how to get it done. And the other thing that they have is they have a promotion committee. The promotion committee runs events and stuff so people can come down to the square, come to the farmers market, the Taste of Rosendale, the Taste of Jamaica Plain, blah, 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 whatever they're having, bringing these people down to that community market area, and they go, oh, this is beautiful. Oh, I didn't know you had one of these and one of these. So they're really a great supporter of ours, and if you see somebody in a Main Street t-shirt, make sure you thank them for us, please, because they're only doing it because they love their community just like you do. They're volunteers, every one of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to introduce you to some of them now that you're living in Rosendale, because you'd be great.
Thank you. I mean, speaking of markets, I've been meaning to ask you, how
Yes.
long does the farmers market in Rosendale go on till? Does it go throughout the winter?
No, we actually wanted to have a winter's market, but I think we're going to start probably the second or third week in November.
Okay.
Oh, we won't have live music then, because my band used to be the last band that played. And
A
we'd
little
be up
too cold, fingers and
and mittens,
Yep.
scarves, little fire in a can. So we stopped the music mid-October.
Okay.
But mid-October, we're actually moving back into Adams Park. Where it is now is it's up at the train station up at Rosendale Square,
that
Rosendale
little
Village train
commuter rail,
station.
yeah.
The commuter rail, thank you. We'll be moving back down to Adams Park.
Oh, I can't wait for it to be back in the whole park
It's
setting.
such a better setting because you can have a little picnic, you can sit, it's kind of really nice.
Yeah.
The other thing to talk about real quickly is this incredible building that we're in, BNN-TV. BNN-TV is your television station. This is the place where you can come and do your own programming. Let's say you have a nonprofit that you want to advertise and you want to get people to understand and know what your mission statement is. This is the place to come and do that. This channel you're watching right now, Channel 9. But there's also another side, Channel 23, that has membership. It's a membership-driven side, and it's called Access. And what you do is you come in there and you take some great classes in Final Cut Pro. You take lighting classes, how to use these amazing cameras. Right now, we have some great students from the local colleges here, interning here, learning how to do live television. This is the kind of thing that BNN does. And if you can do it too, you should get involved. If you go to www.bnntv.org, click on
It's all about art.
Click on Janice Williams. Click on Janice Williams' name, or click on Jim Atwood's.
Yep.
And what they'll do is that'll get you right to the people that can help you get your membership straightened out, get you going. So
We had so many producers at the block party.
we were very fortunate. Yeah,
That was
when I called out for
wonderful.
producers from the square, from the stage, we got a lot of people put their hands up.
Yeah, we did.
Kind of got participating. It was fun. Well, that was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Val's View coming up, right?
That's fun.
Okay, you know what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, And we will be back in just a couple of minutes. Please listen. Oh, how can I see this show tomorrow?
Well, if you go to YouTube, around this time tomorrow, it's All About Arts.
Yes. One is the station to go to. If you go to your station and put that address in, it'll show you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And also, if you want to send us a tweet. I'm showing my age over here, Paul. It's disgusting. It's terrible. Sad to see. But you can send us a Twitter account. We have a beautiful Twitter account. It's called @It'sAllAboutArts. You can do that. And also our Facebook page is really blowing up. I mean, we've got all these likes and people contributing to it.
So many new faces.
Yeah, it's great. That's called It's All About Arts as well. Listen, gang, we're going to take a short break. Thank you, Val.
Thank you, Glenn.
Yes, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Please do not go away. You're watching BNN-TV's It's All About Arts. My name is Glenn. This is Val. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with our segment, Val's View. We'll be right back.
There comes a time when everybody needs to be with someone. Well, now's the time when I have realized you're that someone. How could I have been so blind when you have been there all this time? I need you, I want you. Can I have you by my side? 'Cause I love you and I want you. Can I have you by my side? How could I have been so blind when you have been there all this time? I need you, I want you. Can I have you by my side? 'Cause I love you and I want you. Can I have you by my side? Yeah. Now every now and then I get the feeling that you don't want me. But then I take a real close look at all the things that you've done for me. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Now how could I have been so blind when you have been there all this time? I need you, I want you. Can I have you by my side?
Welcome back, gang. Thanks an awful lot for hanging out with us. Listen, we are coming to you live from our beautiful studios here at BNN-TV, and you're more than welcome to join us if you'd like. We're at 617-708-3290. You can give us a call. Let us know what's going on in your artful life. One more time, I want to remind you that this show will be on our YouTube station this time tomorrow night. So if you go to It's All About Art and the number 1, we'll get you right to that log of, there's lots and lots of our shows up there. It's kind of like the place. And please, if you're a Facebooker, please go to It's All About Arts and like us, please. You don't have to really like us, but we'd like you to like us because it makes us like ourselves, I guess. Listen, it's that time right now, folks. It's time to turn it over to Valerie. Listen, here it is. It's time for another episode, another segment of Val's View.
Well, thanks, Glenn. Welcome, everyone, to this week's edition of Val's View. We have some really exciting things going on now and within the next few weeks in the city to talk about. First off, Josh Luke. Those of you who haven't heard of him, you've undoubtedly seen his work around Boston. He's a phenomenal sign painter. He's done restaurants in Boston, restaurants in Rosendale, JP. He's done signs on tattoo shops, but he's having a show, and it's special because it's his first solo show. It's going on at Hallway Gallery in JP. It's going to be really exciting. It's going on now through October 5th. So definitely go down and check him out. Even you'd probably recognize some of his stuff as soon as you walk into the Hallway Gallery. You've seen some of his murals around the city and on the sides of businesses. So second off, something really exciting is going on over at the Mills Gallery. It's called The Art of the Cocktail. It's a combination of cocktails and visual arts. So that's going on October 15th. There's actually 2 different seatings you can go to at 6 p.m. and at 8 p.m. So it's sort of going on between 6 to 9:30. But it's sort of based off of the current exhibition at the Mills, which is a labor in a single shot. It's inspired by the labor force and by the different distilleries. The evening highlights the process and the work behind distilling liquors, so you get to see the sort of artful side of creating different liquor and try some cocktails. Of course, it's 21 plus, but you get to have it in a beautiful setting that is the Mills Gallery. And third, this is really exciting when I found out about this. My roommate actually told me about this, is drawing in the galleries at the MFA. So the Museum of Fine Arts every Wednesday hosts a free drawing class, and you get to draw from live models or different exhibits that they have going on at the MFA. They have an art instructor there to sort of help you, show you different techniques, give you insights. It goes on every single Wednesday, so even if you can't make it this Wednesday or next Wednesday, whenever you're free, it goes on from 6 to 9 p.m. So after work, you can stop by, give your hand at drawing a shot, or even if you are a current artist, hone in your skills a little bit. But definitely check those things out, and thanks for tuning in. And this has been the 3rd edition of Val's View. Back to you, Glenn.
Thank you, Val. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to have you doing that. Listen, it's great. Val's doing a great job. She's just starting up with us, and she's taken to it like gangbusters. It's been a lot of fun doing programming with her. Listen, gang, we got to get on with this show. Right now, it's my great pleasure and honor to introduce you to a phenomenal, fabulous artist. I'm so happy that she's here with us today. Eleanor Fisher, how are you?
Fine, thank you, Glenn.
It's good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
I like to ask my artist friends and guests. You know, I learn something every Monday. You know that. I know I'm going to learn something today. Okay. I like to ask them if you're doing a website and there's a pull-down menu and you had to pick the one word, the one definition of the kind of artist you are, abstract, you know, whatever, and you had to pick that one category, what would it be?
Outside the box.
Outside the box.
Way outside the box.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Why do you say that?
Well, to the best of my knowledge, I'm the only person who does glass shard painting, layer upon layer, and I think so because it comes from my dreams.
Okay.
And that's how I learned.
Glass shard
Painting.
Painting. So are you using colored glass? Are you coloring the glass before you?
First, I do a large painting,
Yes.
and I know you have several of them here. And then I have about 100 in my home. I use my home as my gallery.
Excellent.
And so I walk around. The first time I did it, I walked around, and I heard one of them say, me first. And so I picked that one and was all painted. And in my dream the night before, I was told, just start and we will guide you. Now the we could be guardian angels, many faces of God. Just start. So I had some glass, and my husband gave me a cinder block and a mallet. And I put my glasses on.
I was going to ask you first.
These are the glasses I put on.
Okay.
And then I just took a paper, terry cloth towel, covered the glass, smashed it, and put the first piece on. And then
What are you affixing it with? Glue or Mod
it's
Podge?
an industrial hot glue.
Oh, you're using a hot glue gun. Oh.
And then my heating gun, which is my tools or my hands, it is 1,500 degrees, and I use that, and I keep layering and layering and layering and smashing and layering.
I want to take you back a step.
Yes.
Are the paintings that you're covering your own paintings?
Yes. Oh,
They
yes.
are?
Yes.
Okay, because I thought I might donate a couple.
Yes. Well, as a matter of fact, if you donate, there's a picture that you would like,
Yeah.
that you especially love,
Yeah.
I will cover it in glass for you, layer upon layer, and it'll be completely uniquely yours.
Right. Now, the colors that are coming through the glass are the colors of the painting itself.
Yes, they are.
So you don't use colored glass.
Oh, yes, I do.
You do?
Yes.
To accentuate or change the color maybe a little bit?
Well, it accentuates it, makes it a completely different picture. Because if I want a shading, I will take and smash the glass, which is why my fingers
How
look...
are your fingers?
Well, right now they're covered with neosporin and cuts, but
So you're working currently as we speak?
yes, I am.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, I'm getting ready for the Moser show in October.
Oh, that's awesome. You're going to be over there, are
Yes,
you?
yes.
What a great room that is.
Yes.
So you must know Suzanne Schultz from Canvas Fine Arts. You
yes.
can't get in there without knowing her.
Yes, I have the privilege of working with her.
You know, she put me at the Liberty Hotel.
She put what a
I
great
got a
place.
one-day show. That's all I got out of her was a one-night show. People came from all over. It was great. So, how do you said something interesting, and I think I want to elaborate just a little bit on it. In a dream, or you were walking past a painting, and the painting's kind of in your soul and in your feeling, the painting reached out to you.
Well,
what was that experience like?
Well, let me start back a little bit. In 1990, I had brain surgery, and while my skull was open, I had an out-of-body experience.
You did?
Yes, and I came back, and first of all, I have to say, I'm a doctor of psychology. So about 6 months later, I was with somebody in my office, and I heard a voice say, paint. And it just took me aback a little, and then I just continued. And after she left, I kept hearing the voice, paint, 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 for the next 6 months. And being a professional observer, I felt I was not nuts. And so finally, I listened to the voice, and I went to the art store, and I said, give me the 6 biggest canvases you have. I'll take the biggest easel you have, and I guess I'll start with oil. What do I need? So I got the oils, and what do I mix it with, and the brushes. And I went home, and I set it up, and I started painting.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad you interpreted it that way instead of going to Wallpaper City and picking up some gallons of Sherwin-Williams and maybe painting some of the walls in your room.
yes, well, that was an alternative, but it wasn't open to me.
Okay, good. So you did think about that?
I think about everything.
Okay, good. Okay,
and so then about 2.5 years ago, I was thinking about what happens after you die. And I think about that a lot because I'm a very spiritual woman. And people ask me, people are generally afraid of death, but I'm not, because I know we will all leave here at one time. And so that night I had a dream. And being a self-taught artist...
Best kind, by the way.
What?
Self-taught.
Well, I am.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
And so I went and I had the dream, and all of the people who I studied, Monet, Gauguin, throughout the ages, came to me in my dream and said, "You have learned enough, now go smash glass." So I woke up, and then I began.
That's fascinating. You know what we have to do?
What?
We have to see some of it.
Please.
You know, it's going to be right on that screen,
Very
and I
good.
need you to explain and talk to us about what we're
Delighted.
looking at.
Okay, this is one of my favorite paintings. It's Boston Light. And I was in the Coast Guard Auxiliary for several years, and one of my major sites was at Boston Light. And this canvas is about 4 feet by 5 feet, and it's layered, and we have the skyline of Boston Harbor in the background. And that's exactly what Boston Light looks like. And it's layer upon layer of glass, and we call that a moving sea.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. And this is Earth Mother, one of my first ones. And I think it depicts who I am. It is my open heart, and it is the sea and the elements. And Mother gives birth to all and creates the sky, the sea, the gardens, and love. And that's Earth Mother.
Excellent.
And this is elegance. If you'll notice, she has 2 different kinds of stockings on, because of course women can change their mind. But I had the best time designing clothes as a little girl. So many of us have these notebooks all full of clothes we design. And on that, I use mixed media as well. So she's decorated with pieces from my mother-in-law's sequin dresses, and there's a butterfly in the picture, top left, and the butterfly is something that I use a lot, and it's metamorphosis. And she's standing in front of a flower cart, and it's wood from my garden, which is from the vines. And that's fairy flower. If someone were to say, "Describe yourself," I say, "That's me, I'm fairy flower," because there I am floating around on top of a branch, an apple blossom branch, and there's layers and layers of flowers, and there she is, just standing there.
Very beautiful.
That's fairy flower. And this is Garden of Plenty. This is one of the pictures that will be in the Moser gallery. I'm having about 5. And this is my idea of psychotherapy, since I told you that's what I have done for many years. And it is, most people come into me and they're depressed or sad, and they don't know about a garden within themselves. But I, having lived for a number of years, I know about one's internal garden. And so I attempt to bring people to a realization that there is a fulsomeness that they have that is uniquely theirs. There is a water which feeds all of us. And
this one?
And this one is Italy Imagined. This is a place in Italy, and there's the mountains and the sky, and you walk down, and there's a little boat there. And this is like just a little part of Italy.
They're beautiful. They really, really are. Let me ask you, what is the medium of paint that you're using beforehand?
Well, now I'm using acrylic as a painting.
Yeah.
Before I was using oils.
Yeah.
But
oils take a long time.
Well, not really, but it's that I wanted to move it up because I do 4 or 5 paintings at once.
That's amazing.
I'm working on in my studio about 4
Eleanor,
or 5.
when is the Moser show?
October the 8th, and I'm also at the Boston Design Center at Masterpiece Frames, and you can see my work at my website.
But here's what?
Eleanor Ruth Fisher Glass Shard Painting. No, just me. That's it. Eleanor Ruth Fisher, or EleanorFisher.net.
.net.
Yeah,
Okay, good. Because they make sure you got to get the end.
EleanorFisher.net.
Eleanor, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure meeting you, and please don't be a stranger.
Oh, please invite me back.
Oh, absolutely.
I have so much more to say.
I'm sure that you do, Eleanor. Thank you for
very
being
much.
here.
Thank you.
Listen, gang, you are watching BNN-TV's It's All About Arts. My name is Glenn Williams. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Look, we're only a little bit over halfway done, so we've got lots and lots of show to go. We'll be right back. Please do not go away. Thank you.
Thank you.
When I look into your eyes, I can see your mother's smile. told you, but sold you this way before. I'll console you, help to mold you. Your confidence we will restore. When I look into your eyes, I can see your mother's smile. I can see the moon and stars up in the sky. I can see beyond the blue. And I can see your dreams come true.
Well, welcome back, gang. Thanks an awful lot for hanging in there, Eleanor. That was great. What a great, exciting segment. That's always a lot of fun. But right now, it's my great pleasure and honor to reintroduce to some of you people, but to bring to the studio old friend Paul Campbell and Michael O'Day. Hello, guys.
Hi, Glenn.
Paul, how are you?
Nice to see you again.
Michael?
Glenn, thank
It's
you very
great to
much.
see you. You guys are with the Footlight Club.
That's us.
So you two are great actors, and you do some great stuff. You're a couple of show-offs, right?
He is. I happen to be a seasoned,
I got something to show off.
You're a
as well.
seasoned semi-professional.
How long have you been at the Footlight?
In fact, this month is my 32nd year.
Congratulations, Paul. I know you've been there for a long time. You've done some great work there. And tell me a little bit about the Footlight Club. Where is it? What is it? For our friends, you know, we stream all over the country, so there are people that don't you know, may not know a whole lot about it.
We're located on Elliott Street in Jamaica Plain, in Elliott Hall, which has been there for another 50 years longer than we have. We have been there in that building since 1878. I think we've got to be the only theater in the country that is still operating in the same building.
That's incredible.
And the club itself goes back to January of 1877.
It's a beautiful building.
Oh, it's a
It's
jewel box.
incredible. It's historic. It's got to have some historic
Yes,
landmarks on it, right? We can't touch it, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
What is your function? Are you just part of the fabric now, or?
Well, I've been acting as a historian for the place for the last 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And fascinating history. The people who have been through that building over the years
Yeah.
can connect the Footlight Club. We like to play 6 degrees of separation with the Footlight Club.
Okay.
We can connect to Saturday Night Live, the Firehouse in Reedville,
Yeah.
the Longfellow Bridge, and the New Kids on the Block. How many arts organizations can say they can
Not
do
enough. Not many. That's for
and
sure.
And that's not the full 7 degrees either.
Michael, how long have you been at the club?
I've been with the club now for about 5 years. I was sitting around at home and always thinking I should get out and have a go at acting. I'd done a little bit in other places, and I wanted to do some in Boston. And I went down, and there was actually a production of Hello, Dolly on.
Oh, really?
And I just walked up the stairs, and I was just blown away. I just couldn't believe when I walked
When
in.
you get upstairs to
It
the
just-
theater, don't
yeah.
you just go, my
Yeah.
goodness, what is this?
Yeah. It's just
quite incredible.
such a warm building,
Yeah.
and everybody there is so welcoming. It's a tremendous place for, you know, like I would say, what I would say to try and promote the building and the club as much as possible is that there is a role for everybody there.
Let's talk a little bit about that whole becoming a member or becoming or answering a cattle call. I'm not sure how it works. I mean, are there open cattle calls? Like right now, you're doing Frankenstein. I mean, did people have to?
All auditions are open.
Yep.
Auditions. They're advertised on the New England Theater 411 site. And on posters around town, the theater people know what's coming up, you read from the script. They just decide whether you're good enough for the role, and then you start working for about 6 weeks.
So in other words, if I saw that you guys were doing, I don't know, Jesus Christ Superstar or something, and I walked in and wanted to audition for, I don't know, Judas or something. I'd have to read the part, sing the part.
Bring your sheet music.
Yeah.
Get up, sing a few bars.
Do I have to belong to the union and all
No.
that scab
No,
stuff and all
all
that?
amateur.
Not scab.
Strictly
What is it called?
amateur.
No, it's not scab. It's called whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are a community theater. We
That's
are filled with community people.
Right. That's great.
And then you work for 6 weeks, and you put on a show for 3 weekends.
How many shows do you put on there a year at
We
the
do
Footlights?
5 shows a year. We have to do that much just to support the building, if you
Yeah.
can imagine, as you
Yeah.
can imagine. And I tell you, we have had people over the years tell us, I saw that professionally, this was better.
Oh, I can only imagine. Well, the atmosphere and the ambiance is different.
Is just fantastic. And as you know, the amount of talent that is around the city, just walking down the sidewalk with you, you just never imagine what's there.
Yeah.
You know, until you get the opportunity, and that is what we are there for,
Right.
to provide the opportunity.
It's not frightening the amount of people, but I think that it's an accomplishment for the city because we've always been a little sister of Broadway and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
a little brother of what
Yeah.
goes on in New York and stuff.
Yeah.
But boy, we have got a stable of people here that can get the job done.
Absolutely.
And we have-
Musically and
And people
theatrical.
to support it.
Yes,
done
and there's
and to support it, yeah.
Do you fill the house up?
depending upon the show.
Yeah.
The Sound of Music, because the secret is kids,
Yeah.
as you can imagine. The Sound of Music, we filled the house with 7 or 8 shows. I think we had 3 or 4 full houses. And then the rest of the houses were not bad, over several hundred people.
Is there an artistic director or an artistic committee that kind of decides this year we're going to do Sound of Music, Frankenstein, Hello Dolly, and
Yeah.
There's a committee
Newbies?
of 4, 5, 6 people
Yeah.
who read plays. We do 2 musicals every year, and then the other 3 shows will be a comedy, drama. You try to get a balance
Yep.
of presentations, and you try to get a balance of male-female roles, frankly, so
Right.
that everybody gets an opportunity.
right. Do you ever tap into the local writing scene, or are you doing pretty much traditional
It's
Broadway
traditional.
type stuff?
But there is also some opportunities. They have downstairs in the Parker room. They have Studio 7, and they have an opportunity there for people to do smaller shows, more intimate shows. And mostly they've done, what I've seen there have been mostly kind of musicals. They have a real nice little group who
Yeah.
constantly getting better and better and better with every show, putting on terrific shows. And I think that there's opportunities there. I'm sure the club would be open to opportunities there for perhaps local playwrights to come up with something.
Right.
Sure.
I've been talking to Troy.
You never know. I mean, you know, these plays got to start somewhere.
They got to start somewhere,
yeah.
exactly.
You know,
People
and
got
I
to be
think
given
that
a
community
chance.
theater
Yeah.
is an incredible opportunity
Absolutely.
for somebody to. That's
I
a
saw
writer.
a production of the Glass Menagerie downstairs
Yeah.
at this low-end production thing that could be playing downtown.
Absolutely.
without any
That's
problem.
great.
Absolutely.
It's just
Tremendous show
wonderful.
that was,
Yeah.
yeah, tremendous.
And now the theater downstairs, is it more? I'm going to show my ignorance here. Is it more black box or is it a smaller?
Flat box.
It is.
It's
Well,
a
I hit that
large
right out of the
room.
park.
There you go.
It's a large reception room, and we haul out the folding chairs,
Yeah,
and
so
build a
people
little
are right there.
platform,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
hang some black curtains. It's very
Probably
very-
seats about 60, 70
yeah,
people, I would say.
yeah, very low key.
Informal,
Very
kind of
cool.
like come
You
and
know,
enjoy the
You're not
theater.
getting the 3-wall box set, that
Right,
type
right.
of thing.
Right.
That's what it's set up for.
Now you both are in a production that is about to or have already started.
We opened up last weekend in Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. I'm not going to ask. No, you're not. Never mind. Paul and I have known each other since the 8th grade.
Yes, many years. We go
Many
back
years ago.
Longer than
Don't-
at least one of us cares to talk about.
You mentioned the year, but don't do it on the air.
No, I wouldn't do that to you.
You've always been a theater and very accommodating, exuberant guy. Who are you playing in Frankenstein?
Oh, I'm just playing the town magistrate. I come on for a couple of pages, get off, and let the youngsters take over. and take over, they do.
Have you been typecast? Is that what you're telling me? You're kind of
Well, I'm having a hard time transitioning into the grandfather roles. So within a few years, I think I'll be a lot more comfortable about thinking that I'm not going to be playing romantic leads anymore.
those are coming
days
far
are
and
gone.
few, huh?
Yeah.
Michael,
unfortunately.
and what are you? Who are you in this production?
Playing the character of Hans Metz. I'm one of the grave diggers. Me and Chris Gaskell is playing the other. He's playing Schmidt, and we're kind of two ne'er-do-wells.
Yes.
And it's real fun.
Collecting parts.
Collecting parts and bringing them to various locations, and it's fun to play a kind of a kind of a bit of a bad guy, a little bit funny, but also a little bit bad, a little bit mean.
Those guys are right in the middle of it for Shickles.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's great. It's a great role.
And it is not the Frankenstein with the bolts on the neck presentation, although it is the script stays a lot closer to the novel, where the creature talks a lot, and this is philosophical talk. Who am I? What have you done to me?
What happened?
What happened?
Yeah.
And looking for answers to these questions, and frustrated at not being able to get the answers.
Right.
Unfortunately, this frustration leads to a lot of murder and mayhem.
Less tomfoolery and more destruction.
I'm one of the few people who is still alive at the end of the show.
Yeah.
In fact,
I'm sure you've made it that way. You know.
if I couldn't have done better.
This is fascinating. Listen, guys, we got to make sure that you're not strangers, because I think you guys should be coming in, Paul, especially you coming in and talking more about the history. I think I've tried several times in the past to drag you in here.
I'm a slippery guy to get a hold of.
But it took Michael to get you in here.
Yeah.
I want to thank you both for coming. Give us the dates again, and
We're running Friday and Saturday night for the next 2 weekends, 8 o'clock. You'll be back on the streets by 10:15.
That's great.
It is a wonderful show. Very pleased with it.
And anybody in Rosendale, Jamaica, playing West Roxbury, we're talking minutes away from our homes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's not like a big deal where you got to go downtown and
you
pay
got
for the parking.
plenty parking behind Costello's and
Yeah.
everything there, so you're all set.
Couple of nice restaurants right there.
Yeah.
Always.
Galway
Go and
House.
have dinner, a few drinks, come down, see a show.
That's great.
It's a great take.
How was opening night?
It was a wonderful show.
Yeah,
We were very
really went
very
well.
pleased with it.
That's good.
Yeah.
The houses are a little small. I think that we're still trying to get the word out. People are I think they're a little frightened of what the show might end up being.
Frankenstein?
Well, that it might be.
You don't
more
go
of a
running through Hyde
farce,
Square or anything, do you?
Yeah, well, it's not Peter Boyle.
Yeah.
My
say that.
favorite, Frank, my favorite monster of all time,
Absolutely.
Peter Boyle.
Putting on the Ritz.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, thanks an awful lot for being here. We'll have you back again really soon, because I want to know more about what's going on down at the Footlight Club, and I think this is a great opportunity for us to let people know what's going on.
Thank you,
Great.
Glenn. We'll be pestering you.
Yes, please. Listen, gang, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Please don't go away. Val and I are going to end the show up in just a couple of seconds. You're watching BNN-TV's It's All About Arts. My name is Glenn. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Don't go away.
Didn't I see you standing over there just the other afternoon? Hidden by shadows, waiting for a man, hidden from the sun. For a man that never comes, like a race.
Welcome back, gang. Thanks for hanging in there with us. We're back here with Valerie. Hey, I liked your Val's view.
Thanks. Thank
Very,
you.
very interesting and very exciting.
I'm still getting the feel for it.
Yeah, no. You're doing fine. You're doing a great job. I'm very, very happy for you. Very proud you're doing this.
Thank you.
Frankenstein. It sounds like
Yes.
a great idea, doesn't it?
I love the
wanna
theater.
get
I would
on
love
it?
to go see that. Yeah.
What'd you think of Eleanor?
Oh my gosh, she was
She cute?
wonderful.
Yeah, she's really, really cool.
She's quite a character.
Yeah.
I loved her story about how she came to start creating with the shards of glass.
Yes,
She's definitely an interesting.
Well, it takes everybody. It takes everybody to do some really cool, artistic stuff.
Yeah.
Any plans for the week? Anything going on?
Oh,
we need to know about? Any Val sightings?
Trying to think. Oh, actually, yes.
Any cannons to explode?
No cannons this weekend, unfortunately. I'm all cannoned out. However, this weekend is the South End Open Studios.
Oh, that's right.
So on Sunday, I'm going to be down. It's around, I think it's 551 Tremont Street.
Yeah.
Around where the Mills Gallery is and
Yeah.
the whole workspaces are. I'm going to be down there from 11 to 6, helping out with Open Studios.
Oh, you're working in the room?
Yeah,
Oh, you're working
I'll be in the
room.
Mills. So
Janice and I
come on down.
Janice and I we like the South End Open Studios.
I love the South
We
End
like it
Open
where the
Studios.
galleries are and all in there. So.
There's some amazing artists. I think last year one of my favorite artists painted the series of sheep.
Yeah.
And they were just the coolest
Suzanne's
things.
gallery is right in the middle of that whole thing,
No
so it'll probably
kidding.
drop in there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, camera people. Thank you very much. You guys have done a great job tonight. Thank you. Got me? No? I keep playing with her. I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that. That's embarrassing. Listen, gang, thanks an awful lot for being here with us. We really appreciate your participation in this show. Remember, this show will be up on YouTube tomorrow. If you go to It's All About Arts 1, you get to see and check out this show, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks, Val.
Thanks, Glenn.
Hey, listen, gang, get out there and do something artful for yourself. South End Open Studio. How about that?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see you down there. And like I like to say every week, please keep in the forefront of your minds. Our mothers, fathers, sons and daughters, aunts and uncles, nieces and nephews on foreign soil. Please do something artful. Do it for them. We'll appreciate it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll see you next week, gang.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.